Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Telescope Man. Let me move this camera just a little bit. There we go. I want to tell you a little story today about one of the members of our radio club, older member, a lady. She lives alone, and she's kind of out in the country and doesn't even have internet connection where she is. So all she could afford to buy was one of these little handy talkies, and since she's using just a regular rubber ducky on the antenna and basically operating it inside, she can hear us on our repeater when we're talking, but she can't reach us and actually trip the repeater from inside her house to actually transmit. So she was talking about, I don't know how I'm going to get set up. I'll have to put up some kind of a mast and get the antenna up, and run coax and all that stuff. So I gave her a suggestion. I want to pass it on to you, and I don't want you to laugh. Don't be laughing at Telescope Man. Anyway, these antennas come off, as most of you know, and they have a strange, what's called an SMA connection, very small one. So let me show you the suggestion that I gave her to improve her transmitting abilities without spending a lot of money. She's on a fixed income and basically living off Social Security, and she didn't want to spend a lot of money. So first thing I asked her was, do you have a pizza pan? And she said, yeah, I think I've got a pizza pan. I've got one of those. I said, well, you can buy them for just a few dollars at a Walmart store if you don't have one. Just make sure it's steel so you can go out and get yourself a $20, which is what I paid for this, little mag mount antenna that you'd normally put on a car, on the roof of a car, and run the coax inside, and then you'll have an outside antenna. But my suggestion to her was just get a pizza pan, and I've got an old pizza pan that's not really usable to make pizzas anymore, so I took that, and we can stick this on there, and now you have a ground plane that this antenna can work off of. And basically you set this outside somewhere. And of course, it needs to be someplace where you can run it through a door, under a door, or maybe through a window of some sort, and you can sit fairly close to the antenna. And the reason for that, let me kind of put that down, is you do get some coax, as you can see when you buy one of these for $20, and they sell them on Amazon, and you can pick them up just about anywhere and multiple places on the internet. So you get a good piece of coax, but really it was intended, to give you enough coax to put the antenna on the roof of your car and then run this through the window inside and connect it up to your radio. The other thing you'll have to buy is this little adapter. Let me show you what that looks like. Little adapter right here. Let's see if I can take it off so you can see what it looks like all by itself. So we'll just take it off for a minute. So here it is. And you can pick these up for various radios on the internet. They don't cost very much. I think I paid like $10 for this, or $8 or something like that. But it's got this SMA connector which permits it to go into the radio here. Let me get that going for you. And you can screw it into the radio there. And now you can connect up a normal piece of coax to this little bitty radio. In fact, even if you could plug this into here, even if you could, you wouldn't want to do that because it's stiff and the connectors inside of here aren't real strong, and just moving this might break the connectors. So you want something that's real flexible so that it won't damage your radio SMA connection that's inside the radio there. So we connect it up to any common piece of coax, PL 259 connector like you see here. It'll connect right to it. This happens to be a PL 239. That's what's going into there. And then all of a sudden, your little 5-watt radio will have an external outside the house antenna, much better antenna than this. Okay, and this is an upgraded antenna. Normally the ones you get with it are about that long. Not very good antennas. More like what we call a dummy load. Yeah, they do radiate, but not very much. Anyway, you get a much better antenna. And I told her more than likely with this outside, and I recommended that she put it, you know, kind of away from the house as far as the cable would let her do it, and get it up on something, you know, maybe a little table there that she'd set up outside or something, just to get it up, say at about this height, or say the height of your head or something. You could actually put it on top of a ladder, one of those step ladders. If you got a 6-foot step ladder, you could set it up on top of that. Just anything to get it up, and then run this cable back inside, and she could sit inside during a weather event and basically transmit and reach the repeater. So not a very expensive solution. You know, you just need one of these mag mounts like this that you can buy all over the place. Make sure you do get a dual band. That way it doesn't matter, you know, what radio you attach it to, as long as you have the proper connector. Get you a dual band, 2 meters, 70 centimeter, and get you a pizza plate. Stick it on there. Make sure it's magnetically enabled pizza plate. You know, don't get you something that's made out of plastic. That won't work. Or something out of aluminum where, you know, this won't actually couple to the ground plane. So anyway, that's the solution. Very cheap, probably 30 bucks worth of materials, even if you know, bought this new and you had to buy the connector and all that stuff and the antenna. 30 bucks, and you're in business with a lot larger transmission range than you will get with just the little antenna that's attached to these handy talkie type radios. Anyway, with that said, I'm going to put the pizza pan up. I wish y'all clear skies in 73, and everybody keep looking up to see the greatest show on earth right over your head every single night. Everybody be good. See y'all later.